Hello. Welcome back to the Savasana series. If you've been coming, I'm glad to hear you're enjoying this. And if you're brand spanking new, welcome. Every 2 o'clock on every Sunday, we have a little recording that comes out that helps you sort of set the tone for Sunday so you can prepare for the week. So go ahead and find a comfortable position on your mat. And for those of you who are watching this within the first couple of days that I've sent it out, this weekend is a Valentine's Day retreat. But no matter when you're watching it, that retreat is going to be available via recording. And I love it so much. I love it so much that I want to use today's class a little bit to sort of give you an idea, a little flavor of what we'll be doing in that weekend retreat coming up, or whenever you're watching this, that recording that is on my website. So let's just sit up nice and tall. That beautiful practice, that beautiful habit of practicing that sitting still for a moment. So for 1 minute here, let's just sit still. As you sit perfectly still, start to feel that breath. Just checking into this moment here. I'm right here and I'm right now. Just really coming here. So when I was walking the dog this morning and I was thinking about the retreat and I was thinking about this little video I was going to make for you, the image came into my mind of being in a really dusty sort of place and complaining that there's no fresh air. Complaining to this person, there's no fresh air, it's stinking here, there's no fresh air, there's no fresh air, no fresh air, and spending a lot of time with that sort of belief. And people keep saying, well, just open the window. No, that's not going to help. It's not a good window. It's just not going to get enough fresh air. Well, open the window a little bit or put the book in or here's some ways. No, it's just not. And that really resonated with me because that's the way it feels when we are disconnected with the deeper parts of ourselves. It's nothing is enough, nothing is working, nothing is good, nothing is it doesn't matter to try it. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to change the circumstance. And when you become aware of the work that's inside and you start to integrate and connect to those deeper selves or those koshas, the bliss or the peace or the sense of looking at life with gratitude or joy is, I don't even want to say it starts to be, it's just the way you are. You just start to live with um, that awareness that we are so much more. And so that's what the retreat's about. It's just remembering that. It's not going to be a bunch of lectures. It's not going to be me chattering about, the history of yoga. Um, I mean, we'll talk a little bit about it, but it's really just a time for you to explore it and see it for yourself and uh, and learn to make that peace inside. And then everything around you is very, very different. Um, you know that opening the windows, keeping them open, fresh air flows, it just becomes such a different way of being. So that's what I wanted to play with today. So there's 5 koshas, 5 shis. The first one is our physical body, that anamaya kosha, that physical bag of bones, the tissues, the organs, the ligaments, the tendons, like this bag of bones, the anamaya kosha. The second layer is the pranamaya kosha. This is our electrical current. This is our breath body. This is the idea that I can say wiggle toes and my toes wiggle, right? This is the electrical current inside of me. The third kosha is the monomaya kosha. That's our intellect, our smarts, our feelings, our perceptions, the way we sort of maneuver our strategic life through the world. The fourth is the vijnanamaya kosha. This is, some say, the personality or the wisdom or the deep gut instinctual body. And then the fifth is the anandamaya kosha, that bliss. And as I was saying, the bliss body, it's not as if you achieve it and then you ring a bell and then forever and ever more you're in Ananda, you're in bliss. It's that you just know that it's there. And anytime you're not in bliss, the work is to remember yourself, to remember yourself. It's not to change your outside circumstances. Okay, so let's just do a very quick little practice on that. And you can see what I'm talking about. And then you can maybe join the retreat live this weekend, February 12th through February 14th, little classes sporadically through the weekend, online, everything. Or you can take it on my website and you can have those classes via recording and enjoy it whenever you want. It's pretty much all levels, pretty much. Okay, so let's practice that. Your big old bag of bones here. Physically, let's just feel the positioning. So let's take a little body scan. What part of you is striking the earth? What part of you is lifting? What's the temperature on the skin, your hands and feet, maybe your face and neck? You feel hot or cold? You got any headache or anything that's feeling spasmy or tight or sore, bruised physically? And see your organs, all the organs, the spleen, the liver, the pancreas, the heart, just stomach, just moving around these beautiful organs. Your bag of bones, your ride through life, right? Like a car, the vehicle you drive through life here. And now we can pull it back a little bit and we can find that breath. How long is your typical inhale now? And how long is the exhale? We could say this is the gas for the car. The more whole, the more full, the more flow, the more choppy, the more sputtering, the more chaotic. I like to make a joke and say when someone says, "How are you?" you say, "Hold on, let me look and see how I'm breathing," and then I can answer that for you, because how we feel is how we breathe. How we breathe is how we feel. So let's take a minute here and just slow everything down. About 1 minute here.
Jake.
Where does the breath go? Does it stay just in the upper chest? Does it drop into the lower belly? Can you feel it expressing through the ribs? And maybe you can hear a lot of chatter in your mind. You can hear what you're going to do later, what you're going to do earlier. Maybe you're judging the practice or criticizing or complimenting yourself. Just listen to all the chatter of the mind. It's an important part of us, but sometimes we often live imbalanced because we think this is us. We forget about the breath, the electricity. We forget about the body, the tensions. One's not more important than the other. They work so much together. Let's pull it back a little bit more and go into this Vijnana Maya Kosha, this wisdom body. And since we're doing a short practice, I just thought maybe an invite here is to just center on your hands. Bring your mind's attention to your hands. Keep them perfectly still. But can you feel the sense of being alive? Can you feel the aliveness inside your hands? So they don't just have blobs of mass sitting on the knees. There's something that feels inside of them. Can you feel what that feels like? That buzzing, that awareness, that energy. That deeper self. If we started to use that practice and bring it all the way into our deepest body here, that's where we can make decisions from, that wise self, that inner knowing. And part of the work I like to do is to help people open up this conversation between you and you. About 3 more breaths, feeling the aliveness inside of you, inside this body of yours, deeper than the breath, deeper than the chattering of the mind. This awareness that's hard to explain, but we know it's there, we can feel it. And then we'll travel to the 5th one, the Ananda Maya Kosha. And for this, let's just go ahead and lie down. Since this is our Savasana practice, go ahead and lie down. Bring your knees to your chest and maybe do a little happy baby. Start to pedal yourself out. I'm a physical body with an electrical current that creates this physical body to be alive. It animates my body. I can strategize, I can perceive, I can choose and make decisions. I can deliberately create my life, my mind. And I can also lean past the mind to the deepest wisdom inside of me, that Vijnana Maya Kosha. And if we haven't practiced it, it might feel a little foreign, but as we practice it, it gets a little bit easier. Go ahead and find yourself moving to stillness again. Walk the feet wide, lean the knees together. Feel the muscles of your back relaxing, the tongue, the throat, the muscles around the face. So we can start to pull back the curtain towards that bliss, that Anandamaya Kosha. That remembering our oneness, our oneness, our oneness. So as you take your Shavasana today, I'd like you to drop a little bit deeper than that mental chatter, that physical aches and pains, that meditating on the breath. I'd like you to drop a little bit deeper to that deep self. See if you can get some glimmers or glimpses. And then maybe after you take your 10-minute Shavasana, you journal out a little bit just to remember this practice. And if you want to do a deeper dive, that's what the retreat is all about. We'll be traveling through these koshas. We'll be talking about our energies of the pitta, fiery quality, the earth, grounding, nurturing quality, and the creative, spontaneous, playful quality, and how to bring those energies together. We are so much more, and we don't need to remember to open the windows. We start to live our lives with that fresh air, currently flowing, constantly moving, keeping ourselves in alignment. All right, relax your body and let yourself be still. Thanks so much for coming. I'll see you next time. Enjoy your Shavasana. Namaste.